Now, imagine a world where Jose Rizal is just another name in a dusty history book, barely remembered and rarely mentioned. Would that be a sign of progress, or would it signal the loss of something invaluable? Today, I argue that Rizal can never be truly obsolete, not because we are incapable of moving forward, but because his ideals remain as relevant as ever. His vision for an enlightened, empowered, and independent Filipino people is still unfinished. If anything, our task is not to forget him, but to fully realize his dream. Now, why some argue for Rizal's obsolescence? Number 1, Renato Constantino, in his article, Our Task is to Make Rizal Obsolete, suggests that Rizal's ideas should be surpassed as we evolve as a nation. 2. Some believe that continually revering Rizal's limits our national consciousness to a singular historical perspective, preventing the rise of new role models. Number 3, others argue that Rizal, a reformist rather than a revolutionary, is not the hero we need in today's social political climate. We need modern leaders who can address contemporary challenges. Now, why Rizal remains relevant in today's era? Number 1, his advocacy for education. Rizal believed that education was the foundation of a progressive society. Today, misinformation, historical distortion, and the decline of critical thinking make his call for an enlightened citizenry more urgent than ever. 2. His nationalism and moral compass. Rizal fought for Filipino dignity, independence, and self-determination through peaceful means. Today, we face different battles: social inequality, corruption, and the erosion of cultural identity. Rizal's moral courage serves as a guide in these struggles. And 3, the need for timeless role models. Nations evolve, but they build upon the foundations laid by historical figures. Rizal is not a limiting figure. He is an enduring symbol of critical thought, civic engagement, and resistance to oppression. Instead of replacing him, we should seek to emulate his principles in modern contexts. Now to conclude this, the challenge to us today is making Rizal obsolete is not about erasing him. It is about embodying his ideals in new ways. Now, instead of asking whether Rizal is still relevant, we should ask, have he truly lived up to his vision of a strong, independent, and education country like us in the Philippines? Rizal's relevance is not dictated by time, but by the values we continue to uphold. So, the question is not whether Rizal can be made obsolete, but whether we are willing to carry his legacy forward. Now for my final thought of this talk. Let us not outgrow Rizal. Let us outgrow the need to ask whether he is still relevant, for his ideals should already be part of who we are. If Rizal is to be obsolete, it should only be because we have already become the nation he envisioned.